So good evening, and it is my pleasure to welcome everyone to tonight's first virtual Senior Scholarship Award ceremony. I think I can speak for all of the teachers and staff here at Alliance High School when I say we are very proud of this senior class, and in particular, we are very proud of the students who were invited to tonight's presentation. Now, we're going to recognize you for your achievements, but before we get going, there's a number of groups that I would like to thank here. First of all, to let you know, we have 51 seniors receiving scholarships. So with that in mind, I'd like to thank the class of 2020. This is an outstanding class that has a lot of top-notch students. Now, like I've told you a couple of times, I know this isn't the way that you envision your senior year panning out, but I do want you to know that I am very proud of you. I'd also like to thank all of our counselors, especially Allison Morrison here tonight, for communicating a lot of the due dates and putting stuff up on social media. So thank you, Allison. I'd like to thank the Alliance High School Alumni Foundation. They are very invested here with the students at Alliance. From attending our college and career night to spending half a day here to help students fill out their scholarships, I want you to know that I really appreciate you and your commitments to the students here at Alliance High School. I'd like to thank all the scholarship foundations for taking the time to recognizing our outstanding graduating seniors. Your support and your interest in our students is very much appreciated. And finally, I'd like to thank the staff of Channel 11, that would be Kyle Schwartz and Molly Schaefer, as well as our broadcast arts teacher, Chelsea Shar, for taping and putting this event together tonight. So to kick it off, our first award is the Elvin J. Wilson Scholarship. And here to present this award is an Elvin J. Wilson recipient, Sam Jackson. She is a 2015 Alliance High School graduate and a 2019 graduate of Duke University. Miss Sam Jackson.
The Elvin J. Wilson Duke University Scholarship was established in 1998 by Gary L. Wilson in memory of his father, who was a local well-known businessman and civic leader. He served as a councilman at large for multiple terms on Alliance City Council. Elvin and his wife Fern valued education greatly and encouraged their two sons to attend the best universities they could. Gary graduated from Alliance High School near the top of his class in 1958. He earned a football scholarship to Duke University for his successful playing years at AHS under legendary coach Mel Knowlton, who he credits with preparing him for athletics at a higher level. Following his graduation from Duke in 1962, he went on to receive a scholarship from the Wharton Graduate School of Finance and Commerce at the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned a master's degree in business administration. Mr. Wilson currently is a trustee emeritus at Duke. He has had an illustrious career in business, holding such positions as chairman of Northwest Airlines, chief financial officer of Marriott, chief financial officer of the Walt Disney Company, and board member of Yahoo! Mr. Wilson donates the scholarship in order to give Alliance students a wonderful opportunity that may otherwise be above their means and out of their consideration. The Duke Scholarship is given to one senior per year. Admission to Duke is very selective, and only students who have gained admission are eligible. This year's recipient of the Elvin J. Wilson Duke University Scholarship is Robert Tommy Gress.
The next round of awards are the Alliance Foundation Scholarships. So please welcome President of the Foundation, Mr. Pat Hedleston.
Good evening, and congratulations to all you seniors out there. I'm going to begin with the Megan Edelman Scholarship, which is given in memory of 2004 Alliance High School graduate, Megan Edelman. She tragically died as a result of an accident in Fort Benning, Georgia on January 25, 2005, while serving in the U.S. Army as a human resource specialist. Megan was a remarkable young woman who knew what she wanted out of life and was a 3-time state qualifier in cross country and also a member of the HS choir. She had an unselfish personality and a tenacious work ethic. This year's 2020 Megan Edelman Scholarship winner is Robert Tommy Gress. Next is the Dr. William D. and Mary Lou Baker Health Scholarship, created by the children in honor of their parents, devoted to medicine, both in private practice and community outreach. Jeff Baker, class of 68, Joan Baker Banks, 72, Tom Baker, 73, Chip Baker, 76, and Ann Baker Stork, 84, made the decision to remember their parents with a $50,000 donation to the AHS Foundation to establish an endowment that presents scholarships to AHS graduates who who will be furthering their education in a healthcare-related field. Dr. Baker earned his medical degree at Case Western Reserve Medical School in 1944. He was on the Alliance City Hospital Board of Directors, served as the hospital chief of medicine, and was a 30-year member of the Stark County Medical Association, serving a term as president. Mary Lou Belcher Baker graduated as a registered nurse in 1947 and was a member of the U.S. Public Health Cadet Nursing Corps. She volunteered her time at the Alliance Community Blood Bank and preschool clinics, served on the High School Now Committee, which helped establish AHS at its current location, and often substituted as an AHS clinical nurse. The Baker children continued to contribute to the original endowment. It is the family's hope that their gift will inspire a new generation interested in the advancement of medicine and medical treatment. The winner of the Dr. William D. Baker and Mary Lou Baker Healthy Scholarship are Nathan Heater and Nicole Borowski. In 2013, the AHS class of 1963 established a scholarship endowment through the foundation to honor the memory of classmates. The scholarship was created as part of the 50th reunion celebration, and classmates decided that providing a scholarship for current Alliance High School graduates would be an appropriate way to remember their days in high school and help offset college costs. The winner of the AHS Class of 1963 scholarship is Amelia Holt Hoskins. The Class of 65 scholarship was established in August 2015 as part of the Alliance High School class's 50th reunion celebration. Fellow class members wanted to create a lasting legacy that reflects how their time spent at AHS shaped and enriched their lives. The scholarship was dedicated in honor of the many teachers and administrators that guided and supported class members during their years at high school. The winner of the AHS Foundation Class of 1965 scholarship is Callie Parmenter. The Alliance High School Class of 1968 decided, as part of their 50th reunion celebration in 2018, to raise funds to support a scholarship in honor and memory of their classmates. This scholarship will be presented in the amount of $1,000 for a 10-year certain term. Scholarship selection criteria include academics, financial need, and character. The winner of the AHS Foundation Class of 1968 award is Liam Sams. On September 19, 2015, the class of 1982 lost one of its most popular graduates with the passing of Cliff Traynor at age 52. Cliff was well known for his skills as a guard on one of the most successful high school basketball teams in the history of AHS during the 81-82 season. That year, the Aviators finished with a 22-3 record before falling in the regional final to their arch-rival Barberton Magic. Always known for his sense of humor and outgoing personality, Cliff was a resident of Alliance and is survived by his two children, Michael and Morgan, a sister Tammy, two brothers Jim, class of 79, and Troy, class of 82, as well as his companion Shelley Milburn, her daughter Michaela, class of 16. Tragically, the class of 1982 suffered the passing of another popular classmate, Todd Schaefer, on October 28, 2015. At the request of his family, memorial donations came in to support this fund in Todd's name. The Cliff Traynor Memorial Scholarship was transferred to the foundation in February 2016 and will be used to fund two $500 scholarships annually for a period of 10 years to one male and one female student athlete who has demonstrated financial need to attend college. The 2020 Cliff Traynor Memorial Scholarship winners are Callie Parmenter and Samuel Holt Hoskins. Beverly Robertson Yeagley, AHS Class of 1961, was the daughter of John and Virginia Robertson and spouse of William Yeagley. She attended Alliance High School and Kent State University and was an English teacher at West Branch High School at the time of her passing. And a scholarship was created in 1966 and given to a student annually since that time. The 2020 AHS Foundation Beverly Robertson Yeagley Memorial Scholarship winner is Katherine Goodwin. The Brett Streza Memorial Scholarship is in honor of Brett, a 1981 graduate of Alliance High School, who lost a courageous two-year battle with cancer in 2005. While at Alliance High School, Brett was a good student and a standout in football and track. After graduation, he enrolled at Ohio University, where he studied political science and criminal justice and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree. He was a walk-on to OU's track team, and he excelled in the pole vault. After 2 years, he earned an athletic scholarship and was selected team captain his senior year. Brett rose from being a walk-on pole vaulter to finishing his collegiate career as a world-class vaulter, accomplishing a rare feat of clearing 17 feet 3 inches. Following a short period as a police officer in Rocky River, Ohio, Brett became a commissioned officer in the U.S. Air Force and spent 10 years as a navigator on a KC-135 air refueling aircraft, flying missions all over the world. His Air Force service included being a veteran of the 1991 Persian Gulf War and earned the coveted Silver Wings Award. Following completion of his military service, Brett fulfilled a childhood dream by becoming a special agent in the Federal Bureau of Investigation in 1999. The 2020 AHS Foundation Brett Streza Memorial Scholarship winners are Keasia Hawkins Montgomery and Nicholas Oldfield. John Saffel, class of 1934, and Helen Weaver Saffel, class of 1940, established a scholarship gift to benefit Alliance High School graduates in 2000. Their $52,895 donation was in memory of his parents, Byron E. and Isabel Anderson Saffel. Dr. Saffel was an educator in the Alliance school system for many years and served as principal at Old North Park School, Franklin, North Lincoln, and State Street, as well as principal at the high school from 1940 to 43. Byron Saffel served as superintendent of the Fairmont Children's Home from 1944 to 47, and at its height, the facility provided a home to over 1,000 children. John Saffel followed in his father's footsteps as an educator, and both he and Helen served on the teaching faculty at Mount Union College. He was a member of the history department, and she was a member of the English department. Helen passed away in 2001, and John died in 2014. John continued to take an active interest in the AHS Foundation Scholarship Program until his death, periodically making additional gifts that increased the fund. The Saffel Scholarship, which is preferably directed toward a concentration in history, has been awarded every year since 2001. This year's winner is Deshaun Hollins. The Carly Callum Memorial Scholarship has been awarded for more than 20 years by the Mathematics Department at AHS. It is awarded to a student who excelled in math and who would be studying in a mathematics-related field in college. The scholarship fund has grown through donations from former students, colleagues, friends, and family of two outstanding members of the Mathematics Department, Bill Carley and Dave Cowan. Dave Cowan began teaching in 1954 at Stanton Junior High School, later moved to the high school and chaired the mathematics department. He was a motivator and counseled students about their future plans by sharing his thoughts about opportunities available to them. Dave was only 46 when he died in 1978, but his impact on both students and fellow teachers is remembered fondly. Bill Carley, class of 65, took Dave's advice about further creative ways of teaching students. He became a self-taught computer programming teacher, sharing his projects and strategies with other teachers at local, state, and national meetings. Bill's untimely death in 2008 is still felt by many students and teachers, and he is missed. In 2011, the Mathematics Department chose the Alliance High School Foundation to administer the endowment funds for this scholarship. They will continue to select the annual recipient for continuing his education in a mathematics-related field. This year's 2020 AHS Carly Cowan Memorial Scholarship winner is Augustus Jackson. Christopher Penny, the son of Larry and the late Nancy Penny, graduated from Alliance High School in the class of 2002. 8 years later, he passed away, but he accomplished very much in his 25 years. During his high school years, Chris was amongst the top 20 in his class, member of the National Honor Society, and captain of the AHS golf team, where he lettered for 4 years. He also made the first hole-in-one during match play in AHS history and repeated again during the same season. Chris was an accomplished musician at a young age, and while in high school he founded the Alliance Strings and played with the Alliance Symphony Orchestra. Following high school, he graduated from Denison University in 2006 with degrees in business and music. He was president of his fraternity and a member of the Denison Chamber Orchestra, where he was a first-chair cellist. He was invited to solo at Juilliard, the Kennedy Center, and the New York City Jewish Center. At his death, Chris left in his estate to the Alliance High School Foundation a gift to establish a scholarship to perpetuate his commitment to education and future AHS graduates. The 2020 Christopher Penny Memorial Scholarship winner is Augustus Jackson. The Coastal Pet Stout Family Scholarship is funded through donations by the Stout family. The scholarship is intended to serve Alliance High School graduates who understand the value of hard work and plan to enter a skilled trade or vocational occupation. Coastal Pet Products was founded in 1968 in the basement of a pet shop with only $300 in startup capital. Brothers Jim and Tom Stout launched what would become a leading manufacturing business and one of the largest employers in the city of Alliance. The winners of the AHS Foundation Coastal Pet Stout Family Scholarships are Chad Mercer, Madison Sams, and Zarlia Board. Dave Mainwaring, class of 1939, grew up in the northeast section of Alliance called Goat Hill. He was the eldest son of David Isaac, D.I., and Mary Jane Mainwaring. He earned a degree from Mount Union College, which he used to pursue a career in teaching and coaching at Alliance High School. Dave's friend and co-teacher Virgil Red Artino said that Dave worked hard to prepare his students and players for success after graduation, including one named Len Dawson. In 1956, Dave was appointed the city's safety service director, and 2 years later was elected to his first of 3 terms as the mayor of Alliance. In 1963, he was appointed registrar of the Ohio Department of Motor Vehicles. He also served 15 years as executive vice president of the Ohio Automobile Dealers Association. When Dave passed away in 1996, Dr. Richard Rush, class of 56, played basketball with him, joined his daughter, Michael Mainwaring, the class of 61, to establish the scholarship. Additionally, 2 local auto dealers, Mark Henshin, class of 72, and the late Tom Lavery, with the assistance of the Ohio Automobile Dealers Association, spearheaded drives to raise funds for the scholarship. Recipients of the scholarship are chosen by a committee selected by the family. We are not necessarily looking for valedictorians, said Michael Mainwaring. We're looking for a student who will work hard. He or she can be a B student or even a C student in some cases. What we want to do is support the ambitions of young people who are going to work hard to achieve their goals. The David and Goldie Mainwaring Memorial Scholarship winners are Jaden Seals, Tiana Moore, and Riley Tucker. David Floyd, a 1962 Alliance High School graduate, has endowed the Donna Clayton Floyd Memorial Scholarship to the Alliance High School Foundation, who will administer this fund with scholarships to be awarded annually to AHS graduating seniors. Donna graduated from AHS in 1961 and returned the following year to participate in the newly established Diversified Cooperative Training Program. She was in the drafting program and David in the auto mechanics trade. After a year of training in drafting, Donna gravitated toward the printing trade. She worked with Frank Hoyles of the Alliance Review, who led her to be recruited to the printing shop at the newspaper. She helped to establish the printing department in the cold-type composting, the new printing presses of the 1960s. David and Donna were married in November of 1962, moved to California, and after David was drafted, returned to Alliance before his enlistment began. He served the U.S. Army in Vietnam, where he was wounded in action. Although neither graduated from college, the Floyds have held education and training as important elements in the lives of young people, especially now in the 21st century. David expressed that Donna's love of life and for her work, that she would be pleased to know that her spirit will live on the recipients of this scholarship. Thus, the scholarship will be awarded to AHS graduating seniors planning to seek training for any of a wide variety of trades or technical careers. The winner of the AHS Foundation Donna Clayton Floyd Memorial Scholarship is Brianna Wetzel and also Raquel Johns. The Dorothy and Owen Mccoy Memorial Scholarship was named for Dorothy McCrae, the Alliance School District's first Teacher of the Year in 1964. She received a Bachelor of Arts from Ohio University and a Master of Arts in Latin from Ohio State. Dorothea and her husband Owen moved to Alliance in 1948, and she became a longtime member of the AHS faculty, retiring in 1977 as a French teacher and director of the district's foreign language department. Owen was a Navy and Merchant Marine veteran. He was a photographer and high-speed cinematographer at the B&W Company Research Center in Alliance. In 2007, their son, David McCoy, class of 66, and his spouse, Deborah, who are retired journalists living in Lancaster, Ohio, endowed a scholarship in their parents' name. It is to be presented annually to a graduating senior who has taken a minimum of 5 credits in foreign language and who has maintained a superior work ethic and a successful academic record. The recipient of the 2020 AHS Foundation Dorothea and Owen Mccoy Memorial Scholarship is Kaylee Richmond. The Gibson family, Edwin C., class of 60, the late Rochelle Gibson Crum, class of 61, Bruce, class of 66, and Adrian St. Thomas, class of 73, established the Edwin P. and Ruth A. Gibson Memorial Scholarship in remembrance of their parents who passed away in 2005. Mr. Gibson was a volunteer basketball coach at St. Joseph's School and Alliance for over 25 years, mentoring many players who went on to play at Alliance, Canton Central Catholic, and St. Thomas Aquinas. With a high regard for education, the Gibson family intends that this scholarship will help Alliance High School graduates achieve higher education goals and dreams beyond high school. The scholarship is awarded to an Alliance High School senior basketball player who has demonstrated the capability for advanced education by maintaining a high academic standing and by having satisfactory academic test scores. The winner of the AHS Foundation Edwin and Ruth Gibson Memorial Scholarship is Augustus Jackson. When Eugene Haydet, class of 38, a 12-year treasurer of the Alliance High School Foundation, passed away in 2002, his children fittingly memorialized his life with a scholarship in his name through the foundation that he so ably served. Mark, class of 72, and Michael, class of 73, as well as Barbara Haydet Verbus, class of 77, and their spouses, made an initial gift to establish the scholarship. They have continued to contribute annually. Jean was the valedictorian of the Alliance High School class of 38 and a 1942 graduate of Mount Union College with a degree in business administration. He was a 47-year employee of the Paul A. Kins Construction Company, where he served as secretary-treasurer. Jean's commitment to Alliance High School and the Alliance community was extraordinary. He was an 18-year member of the AHS Distinguished Alumni Selection Committee, serving as its publicity chairman. He was also a 43-year member of the Kiwanis Club and served as treasurer for 29 years. Gene's service was not just on a local level. He was a U.S. Navy veteran, served 4 years on a destroyer in the Pacific, and remained in the reserves after the war. He was called up for 2 years of active duty during the Korean War and eventually retired as a lieutenant commander with 20 years of reserve service. The winner of the AHS Foundation Eugene L. Memorial Scholarship is Tessa Graham. F. Kermit and Helen Scott Donaldson, class of 18, were born in Alliance and graduated from Alliance High School, as did their sons Fred, class of 42, George, 48, and daughter Joanne, class of 46. In 2002, Joanne Donaldson Corey and George A. Donaldson donated to the Alliance High School Foundation for the establishment of a music scholarship in memory of their parents. The scholarship will be distributed annually at the discretion of the scholarship committee to a senior who best deserves additional funds for the pursuit of the study of music as a performer or as an educator. In 1946, Kermit wrote the music and lyrics for the Steel Foundry Blues, which he performed many times for the Steel Foundry Society of America, an organization he headed as executive vice president. Mrs. Donaldson played the piano and also provided good listening in the home and at concerts and opportunities for music lessons for her children. The winner of the AHS Foundation F. Kermit and Helen Donaldson Memorial Scholarship is Deshaun Hollins. One name that inspires an AHS graduate to reminisce about athletics and football excellence is Percolo. Fran Percolo, class of 31, was a four-year starter for the Aviators on offense and defense and went on to play with the Minerva Merchants, a semi-pro team that went undefeated for many years. After high school and a marriage to Esther Williams Percolo, class of 33, he worked at Transu and Williams, Colca Construction, and Morgan Engineering. During that time, he purchased a farm on Reeder Road near Louisville and attended classes at Ohio State University. David Percolo, class of 55, was a punter and linebacker for the Aviators for 3 years, contributing to some of the best teams in Lions football history. After attending Kent State and enlisting in the U.S. Army, Dave became an instruction electrician working throughout Stark County. Ed Percolo, class of 60, was the starting center on the 1958 AHS state championship team. Like his father, he played offense and defense for 3 years. He attended Ohio University and started as center when the Bobcats went undefeated and won the Mid-American Conference Championship. He played semi-pro football for the Canton Bulldogs and also became a construction electrician working throughout Stark County. The Percolo Scholarship was established to be presented annually to an AHS football player who exemplifies the football tradition the Percolo family perpetuated at AHS. The winner of the AHS Foundation Francis G. and Esther M. Williams Percolo Football Scholarship is Jaden Seals. The Gary L. Andriani Memorial Scholarship joined the AHS Foundation family of scholarships thanks to a $25,000 donation from Gary's widow, Paula Cope Andriani. The first award was presented in 2008. Gary was a lifelong resident of Alliance. He graduated from Alliance High School in 1971 and received a BA degree in political science from Mount Union in 1975 and a master's degree in educational administration from Youngstown State University. Gary served as vice president of Student Senate, president of RCA Club, and a member of National Honor Society. Gary played football and baseball at Alliance High School. In his senior year, he was named the Aviators' best defensive lineman, and on the baseball team, its best defensive player for his work as a catcher. He played football at Mount Union and earned membership into the Varsity M Club. Gary became a social studies teacher at Alliance High School and assistant varsity coach for football and baseball from 1975 to 1987. He was an associate principal and assistant varsity football coach at West Branch from the fall of 1987 until his death in 2001. Since 2005, the rivalry football helmet has been presented annually in Gary's honor to the winner of the Alliance West Branch football game. The Gary L. Andriani Memorial Scholarship will be awarded annually to an AHS graduating senior who is enrolling at Mount Union. In addition to the scholarship, the family has also endowed 2 scholarships through the University of Mount Union, one to be awarded to an Alliance student and one to a West Branch student attending the university. The 2020 AHS Foundation Gary L. Andriani Memorial Scholarship winner is Riley Russo. Jim Lear graduated from Alliance High School in 1966. After attending Wittenberg University, where he played football, he received his bachelor's degree in education from Kent State University and his master's in education from Ashland University. Following completion of his studies, he returned to AHS, where he taught for over 31 years and coached the swim team until his untimely death in 2009. Jim was a well-loved and respected teacher who was the recipient of numerous teaching awards. The activities that Jim was involved with outside of the class also focused on teaching young people. In addition to coaching the swim team in Alliance, he coached the Elk Summer Swim Team and Little League Baseball. He was also involved in the Ulster Project for many years, including 2 as a director. The scholarship in Jim's memory is a result of contributions made by family, friends, and former students. Jim's colleagues advised that he appreciated average to above average students who applied themselves and worked hard. And as such, that is the type of student the Foundation Scholarship Committee seeks in awarding this year's scholarship. The 2020 Jim Lear Memorial Scholarship winner is Delilah Crum. John Weitzel's tenure as band director at Alliance High School established a new standard of excellence, continuing a long tradition that started in 1926 with the first AHS marching band. During the Weitzel years of 1961 to 1978, the marching band traveled to Buffalo to do the halftime show at several pro football games. They performed at Disney World, in Chicago, and were well known as a high school band of renown. Mr. Weitzel taught many lessons in teamwork, coordination, leadership, and dedication for all band members as part of his program for developing performances. John Weitzel served in the U.S. Army during World War II. He and his future wife, Dixie Hudson, each earned degrees in music from the College of Worcester in 1949. As undergraduates, they co-wrote the Worcester College fight song, Hail to the Black and Gold. Dixie and John raised 2 sons, Bruce, class of '69, and John, class of 1972. For 35 years, Mr. Weitzel was a high school band director and director of music in East Liverpool and Alliance. His students still remember Mr. Weitzel's famous words, "One more time." The Days of Glory Scholarship Committee has established this scholarship in honor of John Weitzel to be awarded annually to AHS seniors to assist in continuing education. The goal is to select a student who exhibits academic potential and reflects the values installed by Mr. Weitzel. The AHS Foundation John Weitzel Days of Glory Scholarship winner for 2020 is Michael Burse. Mel Knowlton was a teacher, head football coach, and athletic director at Alliance High School for over 24 years, but was his coaching that make him a legend. As a high school student, he was an outstanding athlete at Massillon in the early 1930s under head coach Paul Brown. He went on to play football, baseball, and basketball at the University of Miami of Ohio, graduating in 1937. Mel and his spouse Dorothy came to Alliance in 1946, and in his first season, the team was 7-3. He went on to compile a record of 150 wins and 85 losses with 8 ties. During that time, Alliance won a state championship in 1958, and 6 of his teams finished in the top 10 in the state, including a second-place finish in 1948 and third in 1960. He was named Ohio Coach of the Year in 1954 and Stark County Coach of the Year 2 times. He's also a past president of the Ohio High School Football Coaches Association. After retiring from coaching in 1969, he remained the athletic director at Alliance until 1978. Because of his outstanding accomplishments at AHS, Mel was inducted into the Ohio High School Football Hall of Fame in 1971, the Miami of Ohio Hall of Fame in 1981, and the AHS Athletic Hall of Fame in 1996. He passed away in 1994. The AHS Foundation Mel Knowlton Memorial Scholarship winners are Augustus Jackson, Catherine Bayne, Keasia Hawkins Montgomery, and Logan Bell. Margaret Dunn Peach, class of 1926, graduated from Alliance High School, married and had 2 children, Clifford and Cecil, and was widowed in 1954. She had been trained in bookkeeping at Alliance High School and following graduation, worked as a bookkeeper in the insurance business, at an auto dealership, at Barkus Brothers Construction, and for 20 years at Cassidy and Turkle Funeral Home before retiring in 1982. Margaret's son, Clifford, class of '58, said that he and his wife wanted to establish a named scholarship in memory of his mother. The scholarship would be awarded annually to a graduating accounting student to continue his or her education. The 2020 AHS Foundation Margaret Peach Memorial Scholarship winner is Sean Eddy. The Alliance High School Foundation began in 1948 as the Alliance Educational Foundation, but there was little activity until 1987 when it was reorganized under a committee led by John Klusch, class of 34, and included Sarah Morris Brown, class of 61. The newsletter was initiated that year, reaching out to alumni for contributions, and the first scholarship was awarded to Diana Fales. The AHS Foundation non-renewable scholarships, the foundation's oldest, were briefly discontinued in 1991 when the foundation's leaders decided to reorganize academic excellence in the form of monetary awards to each member of the top 10% of the graduating class. These top 10 awards continue to this day. In 1995, the foundation had raised enough funds to restart the individual scholarships in larger amounts. The winners of the AHS Foundation non-renewable scholarships are Adam McMillan, Logan Bell, Molly Wright, Timothy Sams, and Tiana Moore. The Petricola Family Scholarship is given annually in memory of Nick Petricola, a 1954 Alliance High School graduate, and his sister Joanna Petricola, a 1948 graduate. Nick and Joanna were both well-known pillars of the City of Alliance, both dedicated to their family, careers, and the community. They were not just members in organizations, they were very active and involved in everything they were committed to. This one-time monetary scholarship is awarded annually to a deserving senior or seniors that have maintained a minimum of 3.0 GPA after the first semester and have shown an active role not only in AHS extracurricular activities, but also an active role in volunteerism, both in school and in the community. The 2020 Petricola Family Scholarship recipients are Keasia Hawkins Montgomery and Kaylee Richmond. The R.G. Hamrick Memorial Scholarship was founded in honor of former Superintendent R.G. Hamrick, who spearheaded the Alliance High School Now campaign in 1969 that successfully passed a $6.6 million bond issue for the construction of the current Alliance High School at its Glamorgan address. In addition, he campaigned the state of Ohio for another $2 million by initiating a vocational education agreement with Marlington High School. Dr. Hamrick was superintendent of the Alliance City Schools from 1967 to 1981, coming from Southeast Local School District. Born in Orma, West Virginia, Dr. Hamrick received his doctorate degree from Heed University. He was an active member of many professional and civic organizations, serving as president in 1974 of the Northeast Ohio Administrators Roundtable. Among his numerous honors, he was the 1969 Carnation Festival Grand Parade Marshal and 1988 Alliance Citizen of the Year. Dr. Hamrick's spouse, Jane O'Brien Hamrick, an elementary school teacher, died in 2013. Dr. Hamrick passed away in 1992. His children, Debbie Hamrick Yeagley, 71, lives in Paynesville, and son David Hamrick, class of 74, lives in Clyde, Ohio. The winner of the AHS Foundation R.G. Hamrick Memorial Scholarship is Katherine Goodwin. The family of Ray Robert and Eva Mae Peters Reichert, class of 27 and class of 30, has chosen to establish a scholarship in memory of their parents. Ray Reichert and Eva Mae Peters both taught in the Alliance school system. Mr. Reichert had aspirations of becoming a doctor, but the loss of his savings during the financial crash of 1929 curtailed his plans. Eva graduated from Alliance High School in 1930, attended Mount Union College, and earned her degree from Kent State University. She taught for 5 years at South Liberty Elementary School until she and Ray married in 1938. Eva was forced to resign from teaching at Alliance because at that time, Spouses were not permitted to teach in the same school system. Mr. Reichert graduated from Alliance High School in January in the class of 1927. Graduated from Mount Union and did graduate work at Kent State University. He taught at Alliance High School for his entire career, retiring after nearly 35 years in 1967. Mr. Reichert began teaching German and biology and later taught biology, general science, and driver's education. He also coached the AHS golf team and was an advisor to the science club. Mrs. Reichert died in 1947, and Ray raised her two children, Rachel, class of 55, and Ray II, class of 59, as a single parent. Ray Reichert died December 15, 1985. This scholarship has been created to award annually students who are pursuing education beyond high school, demonstrate financial need, and academic success, including community involvement and school spirit. The 2020 AHS Foundation Ray Robert and Eva Mae Peters Reichert Memorial Scholarship winner is Brooke Sams. The John and Rowene Klusch Scholarship was established by the Alliance High School Foundation to honor the Kluschs for their lifetime of service to the Alliance community, particularly the youth. John was instrumental in the founding and revitalization of the AHS Foundation in 1986. He established the premise that the foundation would raise funds through donations from alumni that would be used as scholarships or grants for new graduates who would continue their education. He also promoted the establishment of a working board of trustees to oversee fundraising efforts and the distribution of scholarships. John was the foundation's first president and served in that capacity until his death in 2001. The Klusch estate provided a $564,000 bequest to the foundation's general scholarship fund. John was a 1934 graduate of Alliance High School, and in 1949 he co-founded East Ohio Machinery Company and served as its president from 1962 until his retirement. In 1996, John was named Alliance High School Distinguished Alumnus, and in 1999 was elected to the AHS Athletic Hall of Fame. The winners of the Alliance High School Foundation John and Rowene Klusch Scholarship for 2020 are Augustus Jackson, Eric Dunn, Kaylee Richmond, Caitlin Zerbrug, and Savannah Heller. The Alliance High School Foundation was reorganized in 1987 under the leadership of its new chairman, John Klusch, class of 34, after approximately 40 years of inactivity. The foundation began providing non-renewable scholarships to graduating seniors that same year. In 1991, in an effort to recognize scholastic excellence, the foundation began giving $100 awards to each member of the top 10% of the graduating class. The Millennium Campaign was launched in 2000 with the goal of raising $250,000 in 5 years to provide more financially meaningful scholarships to Alliance High School graduates for continuing education. In December of that year, John and Rowene Klusch donated $150,000 to the foundation as part of that campaign. The following spring, the foundation granted the first 4-year renewable scholarships to graduating seniors. That tradition continues today with this annual renewable scholarship awards to assist more Alliance High School graduates with their continued higher education costs. The winners of the 2020 AHS Foundation Renewable Scholarships are Charles Glass, Emily Kungle, Gabriella Zucchero-Hatchett, Catherine Bayne, Michael Shields, and Riley Tucker. Rock Hill Elementary School was dedicated on May 5, 1957 at a ceremony in the new gymnasium. This new building was designed and built to serve an area of Alliance that was still being developed. However, construction was not quite completed when the school opened that previous fall. The Rock Hill School PTO sponsored a 25th year anniversary celebration in May of 1982 and another on its 40th anniversary in 1997. It was during the 40th celebration, while Ray Allendale was serving as its principal, that the PTO announced the establishment of a scholarship to be awarded annually to an AHS graduating senior who was formerly a student at Rock Hill Elementary. The scholarship fund is administered by the AHS Foundation, and recipients are chosen by the Rock Hill PTO. The 2020 AHS Foundation Rock Hill School PTO scholarship winner is Riley Russo. Teresa Utterback was widowed following the untimely death of her husband, and as a single parent, she raised a family of 7 children. She worked in the food service department of the Alliance City School System for more than 16 years, retiring in 1981. She was the house mother for Alpha Chi Omega on the University of Mount Union campus until her death in 1992. Teresa held education in the highest esteem. All of her children graduated from Alliance High School, and 4 became college graduates. In recognition of her struggle as a single parent and the tremendous impact she had on their lives, her children honored her memory with a scholarship to assist AHS students of today who are willing to work to help themselves. Her children include Janice, class of 1956, Judy, class of 58, who is deceased, Jeffrey, class of 65, Hugh, class of 66, Paul, class of 67, Kurt, class of 68, and Margie, class of 1976. A renewable annual scholarship with a distribution of $1,000 per year prior to the first year of college, $1,000 in the second year, and $2,000 in the third year of college will be provided as annual scholarships as the funds permit. Recipients will be selected by a committee established by the family with assistance from the Alliance High School Foundation Scholarship Committee. The 2020 AHS Foundation Teresa Utterback Family Scholarship winner is Emily Kungle. With the advent of the Academic Recognition Dinner in 1989, honoring the top 10% of the graduating class, the Alliance High School Foundation decided to endorse that effort. The goals of both groups to encourage academic excellence and recognize scholarship are aligned and continue to create a natural synergy. Beginning in 1991, the Board of Trustees decided to recognize each member of the top 10% of the graduating class by presenting them with $100 awards. Periodic increases in the top 10% award have attempted to keep it relevant with increasing secondary education costs. While the foundation has since grown to where it awards many other scholarships, some in much higher amounts, its recognition of the members of the top 10% at the Academic Recognition Dinner continues annually. The 2020 AHS Foundation top 10% recipients are Abigail Oyster, Adam McMillan, Amelia Holt Hoskins, Augustus Jackson, Brooke Sams, Caitlin Mitzel, Deshaun Hollins, Emily Kungle, Eric Dunn, Gabriella Zucchero Hatchett, Kaylee Richmond, Caitlin Zerbrug, Logan Bell, Michael Shields, Molly Wright, Riley Tucker, Robert Tommy Gress, Riley Russo, Savannah Heller, and Timothy Sams. Congratulations. The Thomas A. Mangino Chapter 157 of the Vietnam Veterans of America has been awarding annual scholarships to Alliance area graduates since 1991. In 2014, they decided to partner with the AHS Foundation to continue their support of education with an endowment of over $20,000. Chapter 157, Vietnam Veterans in Alliance, Ohio, was founded in September of 1985 and was renamed in 1992 the Thomas A. Mangino Chapter 157 in honor of Thomas Mangino, class of 62, who was listed as missing in action in South Vietnam on April 21, 1967. Staff Sergeant Mangino was on combat patrol as an infantryman. He was the husband of the late Connie Rhodes Mangino and son of the late Angelo and Helen McCetty Mangino. Applicants for this scholarship must be a descendant of an honorably discharged veteran. A copy of the Military Honorable Discharge DD 214 for the veteran and a description of the applicant's relationship to the veteran must accompany the application. The 2020 AHS Foundation Thomas A. Mangino Chapter Vietnam Veteran Scholarship winner is Michael Burse.
The next round of awards are community and high school awards. So before I present the Investment Alliance Award, I want to take this moment to thank outgoing president of the University of Mount Union, Dr. Richard Merriman, and the University of Mount Union for giving our students this unbelievable opportunity. We are so happy and fortunate to have the University of Mount Union as a partner in education. As a dedicated community partner interested in further investment in the City of Alliance, the University of Mount Union, in collaboration with Alliance City Schools, offers undergraduates full tuition award opportunities for high-caliber Alliance High School graduates. Students ranked among the top 15 of the Alliance High School graduating class receive full undergraduate tuition, excluding room, board, and fees, to Mount Union. These students work closely with Mount Union staff and community members to maintain engagement within the community throughout their time at the university. Mount Union is proud of the continued partnership with Alliance City Schools and values the contributions of the Investment Alliance scholarship recipients on campus and within the community. We congratulate the following students who have qualified and have chosen to take the Investment Alliance scholarship. They include Amelia Holt Hoskins, Adam McMillan, Abigail Oyster, Kaylee Richmond, Riley Russo, Brooke Sams, Timothy Sams, Michael Shields, and Caitlin Zerbrug. The Alliance High School Science Awards. These two students not only have taken science courses all 4 years of their high school career, but have incorporated AP classes and dual credit classes into their schedule. Both students have received excellent performance in their science classes and have also demonstrated a depth of understanding and maturity in the field. Each student will receive $100. On behalf of the Alliance High School Science Department, congratulations Eric Dunn and Kaylee Richmond as the winners of the 2020 Outstanding Senior Boy and Senior Girl Science Awards. The Robert Dowling Scholarship. I am honored to present the 2020 Robert Dowling Scholarship on behalf of the Alliance Education Association. The recipient of the scholarship is chosen by member representatives of each of the schools in our district. Mr. Dowling was an outstanding social studies teacher at Stanton Middle School. He taught for many years within the pain and discomfort of multiple sclerosis before he taught for many years with the pain and discomfort of multiple sclerosis because he believed in his students. He never complained and was always given the ray of light in some student's day. It is his never-ending devotion to his profession that we honor him annually with this scholarship. The Alliance Education Association is pleased to present the 2020 Robert Dowling Scholarship to Eric Dunn. The Alliance Elementary Scholarship. The path of K-12 success has many different profiles. Working through a rigorous academic schedule, committing to an abundance of extracurricular activities, balancing work requirements, and attempting to keep up with the demands of life in general, definitely, this is a really long sentence here. All right. The path of K-12 success has many different profiles. Working through a rigorous academic schedule, committing to an abundance of extracurricular activities, balancing work requirements, and attempting to keep up with the demands of life in general definitely looks different for every single person who did or did not apply for this scholarship. There are a lot to consider. Sometimes transcripts do not paint the picture. Sometimes ACT scores do not paint the picture. But we evaluate the combination of many factors and attempt to recognize 2 seniors that should be awarded this scholarship. Please keep in mind, every single applicant is deserving. The application requirements expect that much. We appreciate all that applied, and we wish every one of them the best of luck. This year's Alliance Elementary Scholarship winners are Eric Dunn and Keasia Hawkins Montgomery. The Aviator Sports Booster Steve Gansel Award. The 2020 Aviator Sports Booster Steve Gansel Award recipient is receiving a check for $100 in their name and will be added to the Gansel Award recipient's plaque outside of the athletic office. This award has been given annually since Steve Gansel's death in honor of all that have voluntarily gave their time, hard work, and dedication. This award is given based on nominations for a senior that is neither an athlete that volunteers above and beyond within their school. Oh, that is either. Oh, here we go again. This award is given based on nominations for a senior that is either an athlete that volunteers above and beyond within their team, school, and community, or a senior that is a non-athlete that volunteers above and beyond for aviator athletics, their school, and community. The 2020 Aviator Sports Booster Steve Gansel Award recipient is Augustus Jackson. Included in his nomination, it was said that Gus volunteered a lot of time to our school and community while playing soccer, basketball, tennis, and tracks. It is with great pleasure that the Aviator Sports Boosters Awards will be recognizing 3 outstanding senior athletes this year. Generally, Aviator Sports Boosters award 1 male and 1 female athlete each year. Due to the unprecedented nature of applying for scholarships due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the students had to prepare and submit their scholarships in non-traditional formats. It is commendable for any applicant who has applied through this process, and we want to thank all of our applicants for their time and submission. One female recipient has expressed the importance of how self-discipline and independence are 2 ways she has been impacted in high school sports, and that she uses these qualities in her future. She has participated in cheerleading, track, cross country, and soccer. Her coaches describe her as hardworking, responsible, a natural leader, and fun to be around. Also, has an infectious personality and a key leader on the team. Congratulations to Keasia Hawkins Montgomery as the Outstanding Senior Female Athlete for the Alliance Sports Boosters Award. We have selected 2 male recipients this year. All 5 members of the Scholarship Scoring Committee rated the recipients within a point of each other with unanimous agreement that both of these applicants are equally worthy of this scholarship. After totaling the results, the average scores were so incredibly close that it was considered a tie. That was really an unusual circumstance to have applicants be so equally matched for a scholarship. Therefore, the results were brought to the attention of the Sports Boosters Executive Board for review. After deliberation, the Aviator Sports Boosters Executive Board agreed with the Scholarship Committee that both of these male applicants should be recognized as this year's outstanding senior male athletes. The first young man feels sports have given him the work ethic and mental toughness he has today. His coaches describe him as all-in, smart, a leader, and dedicated. They recognize his hard work ethic both academically and athletically, and recognize that he is not one to worry about when it comes to getting the job done. He has set many goals to improve both athletically and in the classroom throughout his high school year. He participates in wrestling and baseball. The second young man recognized the friendships he has built within playing sports while he learned how to be a better player and teammate. He has learned leadership skills as captain of the soccer team, teaching the young guys and doing his best to motivate everyone. His coaches describe him as hardworking, well-rounded, dedicated, intelligent, and motivated. He is also described as supportive of his peers with an encouraging word, a goofy joke, and a smile. He participates in soccer, basketball, track, and tennis. Congratulations to Logan Bell and Augustus Jackson on the Outstanding Male Senior Athletes for the Aviator Sports Booster Award. The Alliance High School Band Boosters Suzie Rubinstein Scholarship. The Alliance High School Band Booster Suzie Rubinstein Scholarship is presented each year to honor former booster member and active volunteer Suzie Rubinstein. The winners of this year's scholarship are Tommy Gress and Rhiannon Phillips. The Bob Lee Memorial Wrestling Scholarship. The Bob Lee Memorial Wrestling Scholarship was created in memory of Bob Lee. Bob was a longtime supporter of all Alliance athletics, specifically wrestling. Bob was also a member of the Alliance City School Board for several years. One of his favorite times of the year was acting as a scorekeeper at the Top Gun Wrestling Tournament with friends on Mat 5. The values that wrestling instills in young people were one of the most important aspects of wrestling, in his opinion. The self-discipline, long hours, and hard work required to become successful are easily evident to all spectators. One particular student displayed all of these values and more throughout his high school career. Coaches were happy to convey that he did all the right things in the classroom, wrestling room, and in the community. For these reasons, we are happy to announce that the 2020 winner of the Bob Lee Memorial Wrestling Scholarship is Logan Bell. The Chris Court Award. The Chris Court Scholarship, formerly the Outstanding Social Studies Students Award, was renamed after the second annual winner, Chris Court, who was tragically killed in a car accident. It is awarded to an exemplary student who takes many, if not all, Alliance High School Social Studies offerings. This year's winner excelled in multiple face-to-face courses, including AP Psychology, Dual Credit American Government, and AP U.S. History. I am very pleased to award the 2020 Chris Court Scholarship to Eric Dunn. The Clark Kennedy Award. The Clark Kennedy Award is given annually to the senior who has demonstrated to a high degree the objectives and pledge of Key Club International by being regular in attendance, active in projects, responsible in carrying out his or her duties, and who have been an example to others within the club, in school activities, in community activities, and in church and home obligations. Clark Kennedy was the first president of the Alliance High School Key Club, serving from the charter of the club in May of 1967 to his graduation in 1968. While vacationing after graduation, he drowned in Lake Erie. Clark was an exemplary school citizen, personable, active, a good student, and would have gone to the College of Wittenberg University, where he planned to major in the social sciences. The 2020 Clark Kennedy Award goes to Kaylee Richmond. The Alliance High School Key Club David Webster Scholarship. The Alliance High School Key Club has established a scholarship in the memory of David Webster. David was a member of Key Club International and was active in Boy Scouts of America and his church. David was a junior at Alliance High School when he died of cancer. The Key Club honors a student of Alliance High School who is, as David was, a fine young student and a builder of his home, school, and community. The winner of this scholarship is a fine embodiment of what a dedicated model student should be. This student has made an appearance at almost every Key Club event and is always willing to lend a helping hand. This student is incredibly deserving of this award, and we can't wait to see their future successes. The winner of the Alliance High School Key Club David Webster Award is Catherine Bayne. The Excellence in Pre-Medical Professions Scholarship. The Excellence in Pre-Medical Professions Scholarship is an award given to students who have successfully completed both years of the Pre-Medical Professions College Tech Prep program. Students wrote an essay detailing how the pre-medical professions class has impacted my future. This year's recipient will attend Altman College in the fall to pursue her dream of becoming an RN. Here is a part of her essay. I know what I want to do in life and where I want to be in the next few years. All thanks to this class. I feel like I have a better understanding of how healthcare works, what goes into it, and what information you need to succeed. I feel like I can go to nursing school and one day be able to say, "Hi, I'm Olivia, and I will be your nurse today," with a big smile on my face. This year's award goes to Olivia Garnes. The Frank J. Mancini Award. The Frank Mancini Top Gun Excellence in Social Studies Award was created in 2018 in the honor of Frank J. Mancini, a career Alliance High School history teacher and longtime wrestling coach. It is awarded to an exemplary student athlete who excels in creativity and critical thinking in social science courses and who has also earned at least 2 varsity letters. This year's winner took 7 courses in social studies, including dual credit American government and AP psychology. I am pleased to award the 2020 Frank Mancini Top Gun Excellence in Social Studies Scholarship to Amelia Mia Holt Hoskins. The Joe Zelasko Award. The Joe Zelasko Scholarship, named after a longtime member of the AHS Social Studies Department, is awarded each year to an exemplary history student. This year's recipient showed an exceptional ability to analyze documents and articulate complex ideas in AP US history, as well as several CCP social science courses. I am pleased to award the 2020 Joe Zelasko Scholarship to Emily Kungel.
Hello, Alliance. We are Bob and Christy Monavan, and we are speaking to you from our home here in Dayton, Ohio. We are very proud to say that we are Madeline Wright's mother and father. We've created a memorial scholarship in Madeline's name, and we recorded this message to congratulate the winners of this very first scholarship. But first, we would like to show some appreciation. Madeline loved teaching, and she loved teaching at Alliance High School. She loved the students and the staff and the administration, and now we know why. You are all amazing people. The outpouring of love that was received after her death was overwhelming and incredible. We were taken aback by all of the cards, especially from the students, all the gifts, and surprised at how many people attended her viewing and funeral. Thank you for loving our Madeline.
We want to especially thank Mr. Heath for setting up the scholarship fund for us. He and his staff had to process a lot of contributions, and they're all still coming in, albeit much slower now. We also want to thank Mrs. Morrison and Mr. Triner for helping to establish a description of the student we wanted to receive the scholarship. And we want to thank Mrs. Latch for recommending our scholarship winners and for the time she spent working with Madeline. We're really very grateful to all of you for your support during this very difficult time. Thank you. We established this scholarship because Maddie loved teaching at Alliance High School. She loved her students, and she especially loved those students who came to her and asked her for help. She was always ready and willing to help them, and she was so proud of those students who took the help and worked hard to improve their math skills. Math was very important to Maddie, and she wanted it to be important to her students. So we wanted to create a scholarship in her name to carry on her memory and the love she had for her students. We want to recognize those students at Alliance that came to her for help and worked hard to get better at math. It's a scholarship that's different than most. And we are very happy to congratulate our first 2 winners. 2 winners because it was just too hard to pick one. They're both equally deserving. So congratulations, Keisha and Noah. You should know Mrs. Latch gave very glowing reasons for why she recommended the 2 of you. You both should be very proud. You've worked hard, and now you're being recognized for it. I am sure Maddie is smiling knowing that is the two of you who received her first scholarship. We wish you great success in your future. We hope you will continue to work as hard toward your goals as you have the last 4 years. And congratulations to all the Alliance Award winners. We hope next year we can be with you in person. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Montavon for announcing the winners of the first ever Madeline Montavon Wright Memorial Scholarship. And congratulations to Keasia Hawkins Montgomery and Noah Thomas for being awarded the scholarship. Maddie will forever hold a special place in the hearts of our students and staff here at Alliance High School. The Oliver M. Coxon Scholarship Awards. The Coxon Scholarship Awards are in the memory of Oliver M. Coxon, a former superintendent of Alliance City Schools. Mr. Coxon left a principal amount of $50,000 in the 1950s, the income from which is to be awarded each year to 3 seniors. It is to be awarded by a committee appointed by the Board of Education. The purpose of this award shall be to encourage scholarship. The cash gifts must be used by the students to further their schooling in institutions beyond high school. The 2020 Coxon Scholarship recipients are Eric Dunn, Augustus Jackson, and Deshaun Hollins. The Outstanding ASL 4 Award. The young lady who is being awarded the American Sign Language 4 Award is to an outstanding student. She practices in and out of the classroom, helping her peers and being involved in our deaf activities. It was an honor watching her thrive and work hard in the language. Congratulations to Keasia Hawkins Montgomery for being awarded the Outstanding American Sign Language 4 Award. The Deaf Culture and Community Award. This young man is getting the award for Deaf Culture and Community because he is one of the first AHS students to make it through the entire program. He has worked hard inside and out of the classroom, coming in during study hall to practice and get extra help, as well as have been a tutor to some of our younger students. It was a privilege to have had him the last 3 years at AHS. Congratulations to Justin Curl, winner of the Deaf Culture and Community Award. Outstanding French 4 Award. This student is the only French 4 student with a perfect 4.0 average over the course of 4 years of French. They are willing to try to use the language and do a good job of it. This student's grades are always among the highest in the class. The French 4 Award will go to Adam McMillan. The Outstanding Spanish 4 Award. This year's Outstanding Spanish 4 Award student is Caitlin Zerbrug. The Outstanding Spanish 5 Award. This student's mastery of the Spanish language is remarkable, and the ease in which they learn new material is evident of their natural ability. This student uses that natural ability to apply and connect to all the language they have learned to write and speak cohesive sentences. Congratulations to the 2020 Outstanding Spanish 5 Scholarship winner, Gabriella Zucro Hatchett. The Student Senate Scholarships. Student Senate Scholarship worth $200 goes to members of the Student Senate who have demonstrated superb leadership and service to Student Senate and Alliance High School. The winners are Kate Bayne, Mia Holt-Hoskins, Callie Parmenter, Kaylee Richmond, Riley Russo, and Molly Wright.
The Carmela Lally Memorial Scholarship. On behalf of Laura Ventresca, owner and operator of Albright Living, the Carmela Lawley Memorial Scholarship was established in 2020 with donations made by Carmela Lawley's family and friends. Carmela was a bright light in so many lives. She was a kind, loving, caring, giving, hardworking, and well-defined woman. Carmela graduated in 1945 from Alliance High School. She then went on to own and operate Lawley's Restaurant with her husband Bob for 30 years. Carmela had such a beautiful spirit, and even at the age of 92, she was always willing and wanting to do something for somebody else. We are honored to give a scholarship in her memory. Much thanks to all who've applied and all of the applications, as they were all impressive. So congratulations to Margaret Ledbetter and Keasia Hawkins Montgomery on being awarded the Carmela Lawley Memorial Scholarship. The Alliance Kiwanis Scholarship. This scholarship is for students who plan on attending a college, university, technical school, or specific training school. Scholarship achievement, leadership abilities, extracurricular, and community service are necessary for the winners of this scholarship. The 2020 Alliance Kiwanis Scholarship winners are Savannah Heller, Augustus Jackson, and Amelia Holt Hoskins. The Alliance Works Award. We are pleased to award the Alliance Works Scholarships tonight. The Alliance Works Scholarships are full 2-year scholarships to Stark State College of Technology, funded by the generous support of the Stark State Foundation and the Greater Alliance Foundation. They are awarded to graduates of AHS who have completed a 2-year career tech program, demonstrated proficiency in their program by passing state exam or earning a credential, and demonstrating a passion for continuing their training in a technical career field. We are proud to present these scholarships to the following students: Chad Mercer, James Dillon, Janelle Lilly, and Owen Toussaint. The American Legion Scholarship. The American Legion School Award is designed to place emphasis on the development of the qualities of courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service in students. We are proud to announce this year's American Legion Scholarship winners, Tommy Gress and Savannah Heller. The Anne Mcconaughey Scholarships. The Anne Mcconaughey Scholarships were established in honor of the late Anne Mcconaughey. Mrs. Mcconaughey was actively involved in many charitable activities and volunteered over 7,400 hours of service to the Alliance community. The purpose of the scholarship is to provide assistance to deserving graduates of Alliance High School to further their education at the collegiate level. The following students are the 2020 Anne Mcconaughey Scholarship recipients: Adam McMillan, Augustus Jackson, Callie Parmenter, Emily Kungle, Catherine Bayne, Keasia Hawkins Montgomery, Logan Bell, Nathan Heater, Riley Russo, and Tessa Graham. Congratulations. The Athena Woman of the Year Scholarship. The Athena Woman of the Year Scholarship was established in 2013 through the Alliance Chamber of Commerce by former recipients of Athena Woman of the Year Award who were exceptional in their careers. The 2020 winner of this scholarship is Katherine Goodwin, who received a $2,000 grant at the Alliance Area of Chamber of Commerce annual dinner in February. Congratulations to you, Katherine. The AltCare Service and Leadership Scholarship. AltCare is proud to offer the AltCare Service and Leadership Scholarship Award in the amount of $500 to one high school senior at Alliance High School. This year, AltCare was fortunate enough to offer this award to 41 local high schools. The recipient of this scholarship must participate on a high school sports team and demonstrate how they are service-oriented on a sports team or in their community and school. This student shares the same drive and compassion when it comes to service and leadership. AltCare congratulates the winner for the distinguished honor, and we wish them the best of luck with their collegiate and educational career. Congratulations to Liam Sams for being the AltCare Service and Leadership Scholarship winner for Alliance High School. The Bryce Abraham Skidmore Memorial Scholarship. On behalf of Brian and Joan Skidmore, the students they had chosen for this scholarship has been involved in athletics, Student Senate, Girls State, the Summer Law Institute, and community outreach. Her desire to study law was very clear. She has goals set for her future, and we know from her recommendations she has the skills and determination to attain them. They would like to thank the committee that helped pick the scholarship winner. They couldn't do it without your help. Therefore, they are proud to give the Bryce Abraham Skidmore Memorial Scholarship to Keasia Hawkins Montgomery. The Harry Fales Scholarship. Harry Fales was an amazing Alliance High School teacher, basketball and baseball coach, athletic director, and assistant principal. Because he loved to help all of his students and athletes whenever they needed him, we would like to offer some help to a deserving senior in his name. We received many qualified applications with high recommendations from their teachers. We were impressed by all of the students' accomplishments and the moral character they have displayed. We also consider the financial need of each student. We would like to thank the teachers and counselors for their time and effort to put forth these recommendations. We are proud to present the 2020 Harry Fales Jr. Scholarship to Nathan Heater. Congratulations and best of luck. The Kimmy Korleski Memorial Scholarship. The Kimmy Korleski Memorial Scholarship was established by the Korleski family to honor the life of their daughter, whose life was cut short by an automobile accident. Kimmy Korleski was a warm, generous person who loved to dance and was highly involved in school, community, and church activities. This scholarship is intended to lovingly and warmly remember her contributions to the community as well as the community's contributions to this scholarship. This year's 2020 Kimmy Korleski Memorial Scholarship winner is Haley Ware. The Mark A. Anderson Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is in memory of Army Ranger Mark Anderson, who died in Afghanistan in 2002. Qualifications for this scholarship include a 2.5 GPA, good character and integrity, and the student must plan on going into education or government service. The 2020 Mark A. Anderson Memorial Scholarship is Keasia Hawkins Montgomery. The Blood Drive Scholarship. Each year, the English department and the pre-medical professions class co-sponsor a blood drive. This year, the winner of the Blood Drive Scholarship for the English department share of the scholarship goes to Eric Dunn. Congratulations, Eric. Trinity Episcopal Church Scholarship. From the desk of Father Kip Colgrove, who, by the way, normally starts his speech with a joke. So, Father Colgrove, if you're listening, we are missing a good joke right about now. Continuing on, a supportive answer to the question, who is my neighbor, is central to the tradition of Trinity Episcopal Church and what they represent. We share a neighborhood with Alliance High School, and we take seriously the call to be supportive to the students who pass through its doors. We are delighted to be able to provide scholarship support to Catherine Bayne and Keasia Hawkins Montgomery, whose values, achievements, and intentions we find exceptional. Congratulations to Catherine and Keasia. The YWCA Alliance National Geographic Geography B Scholarship. On behalf of the YWCA Board of Directors and staff, they wish to say congratulations to this year's recipients and his family. The YWCA is honored to sponsor an annual National Geographic Geography Bee at Alliance Middle School. This $1,000 scholarship is made possible by a YWCA member who in 2007 asked how she could encourage middle school youth to start thinking about college. She wanted to assist students in an academic endeavor to support them in the pursuit of a post-secondary education and to provide an opportunity for them to feel the pride that comes from achieving a goal. The first bee was held in 2008. Robert Tommy Gress secured this scholarship by winning the bee in 2015 as a 7th grader. Again, on behalf of the YWCA board and staff, congratulations to you, Tommy. The Nellie V. Visay Memorial Scholarship. On behalf of the Nellie V. Visay Memorial Scholarship, the family would like to thank all of the students who submitted their applications for this scholarship. There were so many wonderful essays, and they regret not being able to choose more than just one. They would also like to wish everyone the best of luck in their endeavors. They are very proud of all the graduates of Alliance High School. Before I announce the winners, they would like to share a little bit about the person honored in this scholarship. Nellie was a woman of great quality. She was a loving homemaker and a successful businesswoman and entrepreneur in Alliance. From humble beginnings, Nellie believed in hard and fair work while representing and respecting, collaborating with others in the process. Her superb work ethic and sound business mind, along with a very genuine heart, made Nellie a person to admire and emulate. As the scholarship committee chose this student to receive this scholarship, they looked for the extraordinary attributes that Nellie embraced and embodied. They would like to leave you with one of Nellie's favorite mottos in life and in work, which is, "It is nice to be important, but it is important to be nice." Simple yet profound. Therefore, the winner of the 2020 Nellie V. Visa Memorial Scholarship is Sebastian Fisk. Congratulations, Sebastian.
With that in mind, we approach the conclusion of our ceremony tonight. We are very proud to say that our 51 seniors tonight received scholarship offers of over $1.6 million from local funds here in the Alliance community. Thanks again to all of the scholarship foundations for everything that you do for our students here at Alliance High School. Once again, we couldn't be more proud of our seniors, and we are certain they will represent you well as they begin the next phase of their lives. I want all the seniors to understand that when you receive a scholarship, it's not money you have won, it is someone's investment and belief in you, and you should treat it as such. Go make us proud. Thanks, and stay safe.